Morning, everybody. CFA here with you. Doing my normal morning routine. Watching some YouTube. Some more great stuff being found out there by the community. I love it. So, did a little digging yesterday at the lake here. Mr. CFA was fishing, and my daughters were there too, but they didn't catch much, and I didn't find much either. I'm doing my digging. I got some modern coins, basically, is it. But today I wanted to get up early, so I'm up way early. It's supposed to be a hot one today, so I wanted to get going before it got real hot, see what I can get in, and thinking about where I want to go. And CFA Junior and I got some. We had the garage sales around here. They have the street-wide garage sales. Well, we went and we found a guy. Mr. CFA Jr. actually found this guy selling pay dirt to gold pan from his claim. Really cool old guy. And from here in Washington State, where we're at, we've bought pay dirt before from Alaska, and we've bought it from Arizona and different places and panned it. Never from Washington State. They got me to thinking that I haven't been to Grandpa's Creek in like 2 years. Now, Grandpa's Creek is a place where I've gotten gold before, gold panning, and it's also a place where I've dug some pretty cool stuff, metal detecting, but like 3 years ago. January of 2015 is the first time I went there. Now, if you've been with us for a long time, Coins for Amateurs, you would know that series. That was one of the very first series we did, treasure hunting, and I actually have a whole playlist of that series, and I decided today I'm going to add to it. So I'm going to head back to Grandpa's Creek. Now, since I haven't been there in like 2 years, the last time, guarantee it's going to be overgrown. So I'm going to take a machete with me and do some trail cutting. Now, what Grandpa's Creek is my late grandfather. He died in 2012. He was a World War II veteran, and just like, other than Mr. CFA, he's my favorite person of all time. Just a really cool dude. But he had told a story. This is right close to where he grew up, is where this creek is, Grandpa's Creek. And he had told a story years ago that when he was a kid, would have been in the 1930s, probably early 30s, he was farting around out in the woods, and he come across a group that had sluices all set up, and they were actually Chinese immigrants. You could tell. I mean, they didn't really speak English or nothing. They were all Chinese. And there was a lot of that going on back in those days. Chinese would come over and they would work for outfits prospecting for gold. Well, they had all these sluices set up, but what they were telling him and telling other people that saw him there was that they were looking for agates, right? They were just looking for agates. But he always figured that was just a front, and they just didn't want everybody to know that they were really searching for gold. So he never actually got out there and looked himself. But if you go to the beginning from 3 years ago, January 2015, you go and see we went out there and looked, and we actually found gold. And we did dig some pretty cool stuff, old head stamps that are over 100 years old from shotgun shells, and some really cool railroad spikes. Actually, I can show you. I've got a couple little quick things here of me there. There you go. That's me at the creek panning, and then there's some of the railroad spikes I found. They used to put in temporary rail lines for logging. But I have actually found a great big clump of those underneath the base of a tree where the roots had actually overgrown them. It was pretty cool. But like I said, I found gold there and whatnot. But so he talked about them sluicing, and he figured there was a miners' camp somewhere in there. And that's what I've been searching for. Like I said, not in a couple of years, but that's what I want to find, that miners' camp, and see what kind of cool history is still there. So, enough chit-chat. I'm going to finish up my coffee, and we are going to head out to Grandpa's Creek.
Alright, I'm only a few, maybe 50 yards into the woods. This is so overgrown. That's where I just came from. There's a lot of work hacking through. It's about as bad as it can get. Hacking trail. But there's history out here hiding somewhere, so I'm going to keep on moving. Alright, cutting and hacking away. Got a little bit of a trail going here. And we actually found the creek. And believe it or not, there's water in it. I didn't think there would be. As dry as it's been the last couple months. All right, it's coming in as an iron signal, but we definitely have something here. Right there we go. Big nail. All right, it's a good sign. All right, from the sounds of this, we got another nail not far from that last one. Right there, yep. Another nail. We get a lot of scattered iron signal all over through here. If we can find where a building used to be, we're in good shape. Okay, same general vicinity here. More iron signals, but this one seems big, maybe, I don't know. Oh, there it is, right there. What is that? It almost does look like a fork, but it's got wood. Wow, I think we're in a good spot here. What the heck? What is that? Look at that. What is that? Kind of little ornate something, and that is tiny. Is that a piece of jewelry or what? It came off something. It's like a little flower. Now that is cool. What is that doing way out here? Okay, now I'm excited. 80 signal. This could be good. Come on, baby. Old coin. Old coin. Come on. Oh. The lid. Really? Look. Look at that. Old lid. I don't want to break it. Look at that. We got something right here. See it right there? What do we have? Oh, we got broken glass. And look at that. Look at that. Oh, that's pretty. That's pretty. Oh man. There's a number on the back. There's a 3. Okay, I'm gonna very carefully dig more right there. So I must be onto a dump site or something. So I keep just moving this away, and I keep finding little pieces of broken glass. And another one. Another one right there. But there's there's just little glass everywhere in here. Hopefully I can find something intact. Something bigger coming out. I don't have a clue what it is yet. Look at that. Look at that. That is solid. This is right here where all the glass is. And it's gonna be time for some electrolysis, I think. That almost looks like something you'd cook on to me. I don't know. Back in the day. To get it cleaned up more, but that's sure what it looks like. Another jar lid. Definitely onto some kind of old dump. So I've just been doing this and it's starting to reveal itself right here. Oh, I don't think we have any glass there though. Oh, looks like just another lid. Yeah, there's not going to be any glass. No glass there at all. Just, there you go. Just a bunch of these lids everywhere. Alright, we got something with some writing on it. See an S and an E. More writing down here with a lot of oxidation over the top of it. Need some electrolysis. We'll get that cleaned up. Maybe we can identify it. I'm going to have to get that cleaned up. We'll take a closer look at the house. It's kind of strange. Rang up in the 70s. Check this out. Looks like it's been cut. Somebody cut that with a saw. Alright everybody, it was getting hot, so after 3.5 hours of cutting trail, and literally at times crawling on our hands and knees with the mosquitoes, we are home, and Krampus Creek did not disappoint. We got some cool stuff to show you here. First off, there was nails everywhere. Some really old nails. Got a little piece of leather here too, probably came off a boot. We got some big hunks of iron. This is some kind of a can. Got a couple of those actually, old rusted cans. This actually I'm going to put down here and talk about in just a second. We've got 7 of these old canning jar lids with the porcelain on the inside. A couple of them are cracked, but for the most part they're in pretty good shape. Man, those ring up well. I'll tell you what, I got all excited when they would ring up on the AT Pro. Alright, we also have this crazy little thing here. I do not know what it is exactly. It looks like leather that's bound together. I'm not sure what for. Maybe you guys have an idea. But we got it cleaned up and I still am not 100% sure. Pretty weird looking. Now check this out. We got this fork. Now it used to have a wood handle and then it's got iron. And some pictures that I found online, they advertised them on eBay and stuff as Civil War era. Now, I can't tell exactly how long those tines were. Most of the ones I saw in there were about 7 inches long. And this would be about that if those tines were, you know, a little longer. But definitely an old fork. Very, very cool. I go over here, we got some glass. Now, I couldn't find any intact glass, but I saved a couple chunks because this one says England on it. And it's got a picture of, I don't know if that's a pig or what on the bottom, but I was hoping maybe somebody could help identify what that was at one point. And then I think this part went with it. It was found close by. And you can see that it said London on it at one point. So any help with that would be awesome. And then there's this one. It's got a couple numbers on the bottom of it. It's kind of got a yellow tint to it. Not sure. And then an old plate. Pretty stuff. Unfortunately, I couldn't find the rest of it. This is all I could find. It's probably buried deep in that dirt somewhere, but it's got a 3 on it. And I believe it's got an F right there. Maybe an F. Or, yeah, it looks like it was an F, just barely missing the bottom. So I don't know. Pretty neat, though. And then there was this crazy little ornate. Let me see if I can get it to focus good here. There you go. Nice focus there. Look at that little ornate flower. It was hard to find actually. The pinpointer kept going off and it took me a little bit to figure out what the heck it was. But pretty darn cool. And finally, this is pretty cool. I got it cleaned up a little bit, but we need some electrolysis. It's a cast iron stovetop plate. And I googled stovetop plate antique, and I got lots of pictures that were very, very close to this design, but nothing exact match. But definitely antique cast iron, and I wonder if an old stove was dumped out there. Maybe this chunk that I found is part of that. It's got some, maybe that said stove on it, I don't know. Can't tell with that thick oxidation that's on it, but that wasn't too far away. 10 feet from that, so pretty cool. So it's nice to get another adventure out of Krampus Creek. And we know where a dump is now. And you would think that the miners' camp is probably close by. So, what a great time we had. Thank you all for watching. Dig on, and keep checking that change.